everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to a Monday live stream here at the Jayda InStitches show. Today we are going to make ourselves a miniature lidded basket. So we actually have a tutorial for a larger lidded basket on the channel, but we also took the opportunity to make a miniature one a little while ago. And I thought this would be such a fun little project since Easter's coming up. Baskets are always a nice thing to have, but this is just so cute. I love miniature things, and it works. It's an actual working lidded basket. It's a little different than the original larger version. This looks even more acorny than the other one, but I thought today I would make it in some really pretty pastel colors just in time for Easter. So that's what we're doing today. I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Hello, Cindy Ann, member for 54 months with a quick membership milestone, sneaking in there right at the beginning. Says, hi, hope you are well. Sending love from South Africa. Hello, hello, hello. She's heading into the fall. We're heading into the spring. I guess we all just had the equinox turnover. So, and we just had a big snowstorm yesterday. So it doesn't really feel or look like spring yet, but maybe soon. Anyway, very glad that you're all here. Here's what you're going to need for today's project. About 30 yards altogether of a size 4 medium weight yarn. Any fiber's fine. Wool, cotton, acrylic, blends, whatever. Size 4 medium weight. This is a wool blend that I used for the first one. I've actually got a couple of wools here. This is an acrylic. I haven't quite decided which color I'm going to use yet. A 3.75 millimeter hook, also known as an F. This is an F hook. And the usual pair of scissors, a yarn needle, maybe a stitch marker to help kind of keep track of rows, since a lot of this is going to be built working in the round. We're going to make the little basket part first. We're going to make the little lid part second. And yeah, I think too, I wanted to mention that this might look really cute with a little bit of embroidery or a miniature little applique on the side if you wanted to kind of just dress it up a little bit more. So it's kind of some fun things to do there. All right, once you've got all that together, we can get going. I'm going to, I think I'm going to go with the pink. I have like these pretty colors here. I might end up making a couple more. I might end up using these colors to sort of do a little embroidery. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Everybody's still rolling in. Hello, hello, hello. There's been a gifted membership. Nico. Nico is in the house. Hello, Nico. Nico, our gifting ninja, zips in with a membership. Thank you so much. And congratulations to Kay, who has won it. Welcome to the family, Kay. Congratulations. Katie's in the house, member for 53 months. Thank you so much. Katie says, hello, bosses. Is this a great stash filler? Yes, I would say so. And Joanne picks up the pattern in the shop. Thank you, Joanne. That's a good reminder. The little miniature basket pattern is on sneaky sale in the shop today, along with our Easter basket pattern. So if you need a couple basket patterns, they're on sneaky sale today in our Etsy shop. Link is up top and in the description box. Let's go. Gonna grab this pretty, pretty, pretty little pink yarn. Let me see here. Wonder, should I pull from the middle? No, you know what? I'm not going to tempt fate. This is a really nice sort of wool. It's kind of it's a mostly wool. And I think I'm just going to unravel from the outside for a little while rather than have it pull from the inside, because I don't want the fibers to knit together. So that'll work for me just fine. Like I said, we're going to start with the basket. So F hook, which is also a 3.75 millimeter. We're going to begin with a cinch circle. So you take your yarn, wrap it around your fingers so you have that little fish show. Take your hook through the center, grab the working yarn, pull it back up, and chain 1. That will make and secure your cinch circle. We're going to work 6 single crochet into the cinch circle over top of that short tail. I love making baskets. I love making miniature things. So a miniature basket with a lid, a functioning little thing. I just think this would make the cutest little gift box, eh? Cutest little gift box. You can just put about anything in there. Little candies, little mini toy, jewelry, whatever you like. We've got 6 single crochet worked into the cinch circle. You're going to pull that short tail nice and tight, cinch it up. We are working in the round. We are not joining our rows with a slip stitch. We are not chaining 1 to begin the rows. We're only going to do that if specified. So we are just working the first stitch of each row into what was the first stitch of the previous row. So I'm going to work over top of my short tail. You don't have to. You can leave it out and weave it in later. Into the first stitch of what was row 1. We're going to start row 2 with 2 single crochet in that stitch. We are increasing from 6 stitches to 12, so we are working 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to use my stitch marker to mark the first stitch of the row so I can turn my brain off and just focus on working 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. There are so many uses, Chris. Yes, I agree, for a tiny little lidded basket. And they're cute. They're scrap projects. You can use up your scraps. You can decorate them. They make nice little gift boxes. I'm picturing a whole bunch of them in different pastel colors on the table at Easter with like little treats in them. I just love it, love it, love it. Nico, Wendy, oh my gosh, everybody's popping here. Wendy's with a membership milestone. Wendy's been a member for 22 months. Thank you, Wendy. And Nico, who's been a member for 26 months. Thank you, Nico. Both of you with membership milestones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, that was the end of row 2. You have 12 stitches at the end of row 2. For row 3, we're going to continue to increase. 2 single crochet in the first stitch. Mark that first of the 2 with the stitch marker. Single crochet once into the next stitch. I will make sure that the larger version of this lidded basket tutorial is linked in the description box a little later. If I haven't done it already, by the time you're watching this, I'll make sure it's there before the end of the day. 2 single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet once into the stitch after that, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around. That's the repeater. That'll bring us from 12 stitches at the end of row 2 up to 18 stitches at the end of row 3. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I know some of you are starting to see some springy weather. Others are getting the spring storms. We definitely had a winter storm over the weekend. Hello, Amanda. Amanda's been a member for 10 months. Thank you, Amanda, with a membership milestone. Amanda says, I love these baskets with lids. Me too. They're super handy. That is the end of row 3. You should have 18 stitches all the way around. We're going to continue increasing for row 4. 2 single crochet into the first stitch to begin the row. I'm going to mark the first of those 2 with my stitch marker. Single crochet once into each of the next 2 stitches. And repeat. 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 all the way around. And we will be up to 24 stitches at the end of row 4. Marie, a member for 14 months. Thank you, Marie, with a membership milestone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The little miniature basket with lid pattern is in our shop, available for purchase if you want to help support the show. I really appreciate it if you do. And it's a lovely little written pattern. It's got lots of photographs in it. It's up top in the shop on sneaky sale today if you want to pick up the copy of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's a good day to do that. That is the end of row 4, 24 stitches all the way around. We've got one more row of increase to go. Row 5, start with 2 single crochet at the beginning of the row. Mark that first stitch of the 2 and single crochet once into each of the next 3 stitches. And that's the increase pattern. 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, all the way back to the stitch marker. And we'll be up to 30 stitches at the end of row 5. I love making tiny things. Tiny things make me happy. They're also like quick. I love little scrap projects that are also useful. There's always something you can tuck into a basket. You can always use a basket for a little bit of organizing, you know, little tiny miniature baskets on the craft table, in the bathroom. These are all useful little things. Like baskets are useful in these places, but they also just make the most unique little gift bags. I love that. We are going to single crochet into each of the next 5 stitches at the end of row 5. This doesn't change the stitch count, it just evens up the edge. So after you finish row 5, single crochet into each of the next 5 stitches. Won't change your stitch count, it just evens up that circle a little bit. This is the bottom of our basket. It's this part here. And now we're going to do a ridge. We're going to work some back post single crochet. Very easy to see when you're using a size 4 medium weight yarn that isn't super fluffy. And it helps give this nice little ridge, so it gives your basket a nice flat bottom to sit on, and it becomes very sturdy. So here we go. We are going to single crochet around the back post of the stitch that we're in. So we're not going to, we're not joining the row. We're just going to slip our hook from back to front and then front to back. This pops the post of the stitch up on our hook. So I'm going to show you that again. So where we ended, we're going to go right through that same stitch, back to front, and then out through the next one, front to back, pops the stitch up on your hook. It's the post, but now when you're looking at that post, you're looking at the bottom or the wrong side of your crochet. That will take this edge and push it forward so that the right side of the crochet is showing on the bottom, like that. So here we go. Single crochet as normal around that post. I'm going to mark that first stitch with my stitch marker so that I know where the row began. Then you come through the stitch that the one you went out last, you come from back to front in next, because you want to make sure you get every single post, and then front to back through the next one. There's the post, single crochet as normal. Where you went out, you come back in. So every stitch kind of looks like it gets used twice. In, out, single crochet. In, out, single crochet. In, out, single crochet. And that helps to turn this ridge down, and it gives us a vertical kind of edge. I love this. I just love post work. We're going to go in, out. You're going to do this all the way around. So we're not increasing, we're just single crocheting around the back post of every single stitch. So you'll still have 30 stitches at the end of this row. And you'll have a nice edge for the basket to sit on. So it won't be all roly-poly. If you don't do this, you end up with, you don't have a solid base to your basket. You have like a rounded bottom, and that just makes it floppy and sloppy. It looks more like a rounded toy. It doesn't look like a proper basket. So this stitch work is really important. And I often get people saying, well, can I just single crochet into the back loop only? So I get that front loop ridge running around the bottom. And I say no, because it's not strong. If you're only single crocheting into one part of the stitch and you're trying to make something that's stiff like a basket, you'll get what looks like a ridge, but it won't be strong because you're only building a single crochet into one piece, one loop of a 3-loop stitch. So you want to use the post. The post makes it sturdy. Single crocheting around the post makes a nice sturdy ridge. And I've got one more to sneak in there. There we go. So I'm all the way back around to the first stitch I made in this post work. We are not joining the row, so we're still working in the round. Rows 7 through 14 is just regular single crochet. So we've completed this row, and now we're just going to work straight single crochet regular all the way up. So I take out that stitch marker. That's the first stitch of row 7. I'm going to start single crocheting as normal, and I can, if I want, keep marking that first stitch, or I can mark the edge of where the ridge row 6 started and finished. Just leave my stitch marker there and work around and around and around. And every time I pass that stitch marker, I'll know that I completed a row, because now I'm not increasing, I'm not decreasing. I'm just single crocheting in every stitch all the way around. I'm still going to have 30 stitches in every row. I'm just growing the edge of my basket now. Don't worry about the bottom of the basket poofing out or popping back in. Baskets, when they get used and they have like a bit of weight in them, they flatten out. They become nice, and like they'll flatten out with time. But this little tiny basket most importantly, it sits on its edge. If it pops in a little bit, it'll stretch out if you put heavy stuff in it. If not, well, it's still going to sit on its bottom, so don't worry about that. Hello everybody who's just joining us. Welcome to the Monday live stream. Welcome to miniature lidded basket building. I've got a few rows of just straight single crochet to do before I get up to the top. And then once this little basket is made, we're going to be making the lid. I'm trying to decide if I might make the lid a different color. I think that might look really cute. I pulled down 3 of these really pretty pastels today, or what I consider kind of nice, soft spring Eastery colors. And I was picturing baskets in each color, because I do intend to make a few more of these. But I'm also now beginning to think I was going to do a little embroidery with different colors on it, but now I'm just thinking it might be cute to have like different colored lids. I don't know, like little paint pots. Wendy's asking if the yarn is DK. Nope, it is size 4, medium weight. This particular yarn is a wool, mostly wool blend, but any fiber you want to use is just fine. The small hook, we're using a 3.75 millimeter hook, also known as an F hook. The small hook combined with the size 4 medium weight yarn makes for a nice tight kind of stitch and therefore a firmer basket shape, so the thing will stand up, the lid will fit comfortably over the edges won't crumple and sort of flop down. Christine, thank you so much for picking up the pattern. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's pattern is on sale, sneaky sale in the Etsy shop. Gigantic thank you for picking it up if you do. I really appreciate it. It helps a lot. I am really seriously considering some embroidery. I don't know. There's something about little tiny things when they have extra embellishment on them that make them look extra fancy. I am working rows 7 through 11 now. Pardon me, 7 through 14. Straight single crochet in every single stitch all the way around. I've parked my stitch marker at the point at which row 6 began and finished so that I can use that as a visual indicator of when every row would start and finish. And that sort of frees me up from having to move it every single time. Becky! Thank you, Becky! Thank you so much for picking up the pattern. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, that's a great idea, Debbie. Debbie says I should use this to hold my stitch markers. Well, I guess I'm going to have to make another one. I love that idea. Yes! Little baskets make great things for holding little tiny things. If you're a crafter, you probably have a ton of tiny little things. I know I do. I have like, it's a funny little thing that happened. I've got lots of, well, like you say, stitch markers. I've got little odds and sods, like I've got little bells. I've got little tiny little clasps for jewelry making. I've got oodles of beads, tons of buttons. I've got just a mountain of little things. Lots of small bobbins because of I like to sew too. So I've got bobbins for my sewing machine. So having a safe place to keep all of those would be good. Yeah, there's a million things that you can use a little tiny basket for. And every time I go past my stitch marker, I know I've completed a row. So this is how I count. I know that the ridge row is row 6. So that's row 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got 3 more rows to go. Rows 7 to 14 is what makes the sides of the basket. A duck applique. Yes, Crocus. How adorable would that be? Tiny, tiny, tiny and cute. I also find with little miniature things like this that they're a relatively quick project. Also, when you like make something like, you know, this little basket, you make it once and your brain kind of commits that pattern temporarily to memory. So you know, there's 5 rows of increasing, and then there's a row of ridge, and then there's just, you know, 7 or like there's 7 or 8 rows of just straight single crochet, and you kind of can just sort of turn your brain off and whip up a whole bunch. I love that because then, you know, you can sort of sit and, I don't know, chit chat with friends or family, or maybe you're sitting watching the television or something, or you're just kind of contemplating life. And you can make these relatively quickly without having to commit a whole bunch of brain power to it. .5 or 4mm would work just fine, Sabian. In fact, I'd say the 4mm. Maria, thank you so much for picking up a few patterns. Thank you. Yes, if you don't have the 3.75mm, the F that's the 3.75, not everybody makes an F the same size. So 3.5 would be fine, 4 would be fine. But you know your own tension and you know the yarn you're going to use. If not all size 4 weight categories are made the same. So if your yarn kind of errs on the side of being a little lighter weight, then maybe use the 3.5mm. Mary Jean, thank you so much for picking up a couple of patterns. Thank you, thank you. If your yarn is on the thicker side of the 4 weight category, maybe use the 4mm. That's just fine too. There is no real steadfast rule to this because if you don't really have to worry about this being an exact measurement or an exact size. This isn't super gauge specific. And if you wanted to, you could use this miniature lidded basket pattern and use a crazy bulky weight yarn like the blanket yarn and a 7mm hook, an 8mm hook, and make one of these. Sharon, thank you so much for picking up the pattern. And you'd have a large version of a miniature basket, which I think would look super cute. And then you could make that in a bunch of nifty little colors. And a soft, fluffy blanket basket in a pastel color. That really screams Easter egg hunt to me. I mean, what's cuter than a gift at the end of an egg hunt being stuffed into a little lidded crochet basket? That was my row 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have finished row 14. It's a good thing I paused to count because it goes by quick. For our final row of the basket, we're going to slip stitch in each stitch all the way around. So easy peasy. Once again, it's kind of nice keeping the stitch marker there. If you didn't do this, make sure you line up your stitches to be in alignment with where row 1 turned into row 2 or where row 6 began and finished. That just helps you get a nice sort of even round top edge to your basket. Then, instead of just slip stitching and fastening off, you're going to slip stitch, not too tightly, not too loosely, all the way around the top edge. This will give your basket a little bit of strength at the top. It'll give it just a little bit of a lip. And I think it's a nice way to sort of finish off the little miniature basket. So try not to be too tight. Don't be too loose. It gives you this nice little chain stitching around the edge, and it does make the top a little stiffer, which is great because that will help the basket stay up. Chocolate eggs, jelly beans, yes. Those candy coated almonds. So you still have 30 stitches all the way around. So when you're slip stitching your final row, it's still just 30 stitches. And then you can take your hook out of your working loop when you get all the way back to the beginning, grab that loop and pull it through to the inside. This is just a nice way to kind of fasten off when you've done a row of slip stitching. And then snip your yarn, fasten off on the inside. There you go. And you've got this nice sort of ridge all the way around. Take a moment to remove stitch markers and weave in tails. Make sure you're weaving your tail in on the inside of your basket. I'm going to get underneath that row of stitches. Because I'm using a wool or a wool kind of blend, it's a very grabby yarn, so I know that my tail is not going to want to come undone, but I'm still going to weave it in back and forth underneath the same stitches. I'm going to go past where I started. The tighter the better. That means it's going to be less likely to come undone on me. And one more. So that's our little basket. Now we want to make the lid. And that sits nice and comfortably on its little ridged bottom. There we go. Nice and flat. And gee, it really would look cute with a little bit of embroidery or a tiny little Easter egg or something, or a little heart. Oh my gosh. Sky's the limit. Excuse me. Have a little bit of water. Now let's see. Quick temperature check in the chat. Should I make the lid a different color or the same color? I think this is too similar, so either the different color would be this spring green, or I go with the same color. So same color or different color for the lid, everybody. What do you think? They're cute with interchangeable lids. Oh my gosh. So I see both different, same, either, green, two-tone, different, same, green, same color, and do the last row a different color. Oh, that's a nice idea, Mela. Same, green, different, spring green, same color. Green would look like a flower upside down. different color. You know what? Since I'm going to be making a whole bunch, I'm going to make one in green anyway. So I will make this lid in green. And if I get sick and tired of them kind of being, I think I like these two springy colors, I will make a green lid for the purpose of demonstration. And then I'm going to end up making different colored ones anyway. So I can switch all the lids between them if I want to. So I'm going to do a different color just for fun. So here we go. For the lid, you can take any color you want. We're going to begin with a cinch circle, just like we did with the basket. We're going to work 6 single crochet into that circle, just like we did with the beginning of the basket. Grab that little tail, cinch it up nice and tight. So you've got 6 single crochets. We're not joining. We're just working directly into the next stitch, and we're not increasing. For rows 2 and 3, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So I'm going to put my first stitch in and my stitch marker. I'm going to work over top of my short tail. You don't have to if you don't want to. But it does make sort of the weaving in process a lot faster. So that's one round. That's all 6. And one more round. 6 single crochet. I think I'll just count. And that's 6. So that's a single crochet in each stitch all the way around again. And now we're going to increase a little bit because now we need to make, so that's the top part, the little nubby part of our basket lid. And now we want to flatten out. So 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for row 4. I'm going to start with 2 single crochet in the next stitch, still working over what's left of that little short tail. And now I'm going to re-engage my stitch marker. So that's on the first of those 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. So we're going from 6 stitches to 12. Excuse me. I don't think we do have a duck applique pattern, Crocus. I'm just racking my brain to think. I'm not sure we do. I know we've got... Do we have a duck applique? I don't think so. Not anything small. I'm rapidly going back through 11 years here. No, I don't think we have a duck applique. Although that sounds like a really cute idea, especially if I could try and make it super small. I'm going to write that down. Nico, thank you so much for gifting another membership. Goodness gracious. Congratulations, Kaylin. Welcome back to the family. Thank you, Nico, and congratulations, Kaylin. All right, that is the end of row 4. I'm up to 12 stitches. I've got my little nub happening. We want to keep increasing now. So just like the rest of the basket, we are going to work 2 single crochet into the next stitch. We're increasing from 12 stitches up to 18. Single crochet once into the next stitch, and then that's the repeater all the way around. 2 single crochet into the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet into the stitch after that. Repeat back to the stitch marker. I love ducks too. I think they're so cute. All right, 18 stitches at the end of row 5. That's back to the stitch marker. You can sort of see the little nubby part of the top of the basket is coming in. It looks like a little sombrero. Almost. Needs to be a little bit wider in the brim. We are going to continue increasing for row 6. 2 single crochet into the next stitch. I'm going to re-engage my stitch marker on the first of those 2 stitches. Single crochet once into each of the next 2 stitches, and then repeat. 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, all the way back to the stitch marker. Frizzy Bee is in the house. Hello, Frizzy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maria's asking if we have a binder label with our logo. A binder label with your logo. Binder label. Is that like the little thing you would stick in the spine of a binder? Because our binder kit has spine, printable spine things. One for a 3-inch, one for 2.5-inch, and one for either a 2-inch or a 1.5-inch. I can't remember the width of the different binders. Is that what you mean? Like the thing that goes in the spine? That is the end of row 6. That should be 24 stitches all the way around. It's definitely looking more like a sombrero now. We've got another row of increase to go. Row 7, we're going to work 2 single crochet into the next stitch. Re-engaging stitch marker. Single crochet once into each of the next 3 stitches, and then repeat that little pattern all the way around. 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, all the way back to the stitch marker, and that should bring us up to 30 stitches. And that is the end of row 7. We're up to 30 stitches all the way around. We are one row away from just a little bit of straight single crochet. We want to do another row of increase. We want to get from 30 stitches up to 36 stitches because we need to be just a little bit wider than the basket. So 2 single crochet to begin row 8. I'm going to put that stitch marker back in. Single crochet now once into each of the next 4 stitches. And that is the repeater all the way around. 2 single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet once into each of the next 4, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, etc. all the way back to the stitch marker. And we'll have 36 stitches at the end of this row. Excuse me. Have a lovely day yourself, Julian. And that goes for everybody. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you have a beautiful day ahead of you and a beautiful week. Wendy, thank you so much for picking up the pattern. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If the sun is out, then that's cause to put a smile on your face, I would hope. And if it's raining, I hope it is a nice gentle rain that's just washing away all the ugly Marchness. I'm going to take my stitch marker out. Just finishing off that row and the last stitch. Okay, that's 36 stitches at the end of row 8. We want to even up the edge of our basket lid. So we're going to single crochet into each of the next 6 stitches. This does not change the stitch count. It just evens things up a little bit. Puts us in alignment with where row 1 turned into row 2. So that just evens up the edge. And now we are going to do a little more post stitching. We're going to work around the back post of each stitch, just like we did at the bottom of the basket. So into that stitch we just used, we're going to come from the back to the front through it, and then front to back through the stitch next to it. That is the first post stitch of our little lid. I'm going to put my stitch marker on that, and then using the same one, but going out its neighbor, we're going to do that back post single crochet stitch all the way around. You'll still have 36 stitches. Hello, Tasha. Tasha's been a member for 15 months. Thank you so much, Tasha. Tasha with a membership milestone says, tomorrow is crazy sock day for my son, so I'm frantically trying to finish knitting a pair of socks. Oh my gosh. I love hand knit and hand crocheted socks. They are lovely. They're like wearing a hug on your feet. These are going to be crazy socks. So are we talking crazy colors? Are we talking like crazy imagery? What makes a sock crazy this day and age? Pom-poms. Now I'm picturing crazy socks in my head. Yes, Maria, the spine label. It's in the Etsy shop. It's part of the binder kit, the Project Journal binder kit. If you can't find it, I'll just send you the link a little later. But Project Journal binder kit is what it's in. It's part of that. And it's a printable. Yes, Mr. InStitches designed them. Hi, Vima. I'm just nearing the end of this row of post stitches. I'm going to make sure that I've got all 36 of them done. I'm going to do that one last one there. There we go. That is a post stitch around the back post of every single stitch in what was row 8. That is row 9 complete. We are not joining the row, but now you can see we've got this nice ridge. That's what creates this here on the basket, which gives it kind of a flat top and makes it stand out a little bit so that you can you don't have to fight to get the lid on. It just like plunks on and plunks off again. So you want to use those post stitches. We engage them at the bottom so that we have a nice flat bottom to our basket, and we engage them again up on top of the lid so that we get a nice kind of curved top and a flat basket top. For rows 10 and 11, we're going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So I want to make sure, excuse me, pardon me. Single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to put my stitch marker back on the first of those stitches. And we're going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around for 2 rows. That will give us a nice little drop down edge on our basket lid. You'll still have 36 stitches in each row. And it's just straight normal single crochet, so no worrying about post stitches or anything like that. One more in there, and then I'm going to start row 11. So one more row of just single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to get the first 2 stitches done, plunk my stitch marker back on there, and off I go. I'll just zip through this last row here. Plain old single crochet. This is a nice slender little hook, so it's rolling in my hand nicely here. All right, so that is the end of row 11. One more row. For row 12, we're going to slip stitch around each, in each stitch around, just like we did for the top of the basket. Same thing, it will give the basket lid edge a little bit of strength. Plus, it's a nice finishing touch. You'll still have 36 stitches to do, so I'm just going to single crochet into that next stitch to make sure I'm in alignment with that little edge. And now, not too tight, not too loose, single crochet, or I should say slip stitch in each stitch all the way around. And I'm just going to put this here to give me a bit of a visual indicator just so I know when I'm back at the beginning, although it should be kind of obvious. But sometimes I get crocheting pretty quick and I zoom past my start. This creates a really nice kind of a, not too tight, but a firm edge. That will help to keep the basket lid on and also help keep the basket lid's shape. And that's it. So I'm going to bring my hook from here pull that into the inside of the basket lip, fasten off on the inside. That can come off. Now I've got to weave the tail in, do a little shaping. I like mismatched baskets. It's cute. It looks like paint pots in an artist's studio. But like I said, I'm going to be making some more of these. So if I decide I like them all kind of the same color, fine. If I want to mismatch the tops, also fine. I think a little collection of these, like I should make a pink lid so that I can put it on this nice sort of beigey basket too. There we go. Okay. A little bit of shaping now. I've got my little handle, my little nub, and then of course it fits on the basket. Basket is ready to be filled full of goodies. Maria, thank you. You found the journal kit. Thank you so much. There we go. So that, oh my gosh, that is cute. I like it. I like the little mismatched. It looks like little paint pots. All right, I've got a few minutes left. So what do I do? Do I make another basket lid in a different color, or do I just start another basket, gang? While I sip a little bit of water. Hey, Beth. Okay. Another whole basket or just another lid in a different color? What are we thinking, gang? I've got peach, basket lid, basket, basket, lid, green basket, pink lid. Start another basket. More baskets. Yeah, I think I'm going to start another basket. Okay, so green basket, peach basket. Gee, that looks cute too. The green on the beige. That looks very woodsy. I like that. I like that a lot. Little baskets, little lids. Peach, peach, green, green, pink, peach, 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 peach. Make a darker green one that looks like an acorn. I don't have any darker green yarn handy, but I do like that idea. Peach, peach. Lid, green. Okay, so I'm seeing peaches, I'm seeing green. Lots of green. Just starting another basket. So I'm going to start another basket. Why not? And I'm going to switch to the peach. Will I switch to the peach? Will I start one in green? You know what? I'm going to start one in green. And then I might do a peach lid. All right. Let's zip through this. We're going to start with a cinch circle. 6 single crochet into the circle. Now that I've done it once, I'm going to really zoom through it. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cinch it shut. Do not join. Working over top of my short tail. 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm just going to count before I start engaging my stitch marker. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. All right, that's row 2 of the basket finished. Increasing for row 3, 2 single crochet followed by 1 single crochet all the way around. So I'm going to start using my stitch marker so that I don't have to count and worry about the increase pattern. 2, 1, 2, 1. That's row 3. Row 4, still increasing, going from 18 to 24 stitches, 2 single crochet in the first stitch. Stitch marker back on stitch number 1, single crochet in one, or I should say in each of the next 2 stitches. So 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, all the way around. That's row 4 complete. That's 24 stitches at the end of row 4. Row 5, Still increasing, final row of increase for the basket, 2 single crochet in the first stitch, followed by a single crochet in each of the next 3. And we repeat that all the way around. That brings us up to a total of 30 stitches, and that is as wide as the basket gets. Need a little slack on my yarn here. There we go. And one last set of increases. 2 single crochet followed by a single crochet in each of the last 3 stitches of the row. That is 30 stitches at the end of row 5. We're going to single crochet into each of the next 5 stitches to even up the base. And that does not change the stitch count. Row 6, we are now headed into the post row. We are going to single crochet around the post of every single stitch. That's the back post, so there's my first stitch of the row. And I single crochet. Oops, don't want it to get ahead of me here. There we go. I'm going to keep that behind. There we go. I find sometimes the first couple of post stitches when I'm working in the round are like a little awkward, the first 2 of the row, but then they all become a lot quicker and easier after that. This won't change the stitch count either. You'll have 30 post stitches at the end of row 6. And then it's just straight single crochet for rows 7 through 14. The only trick to this row is making sure that you don't miss the last post single crochet. So that's another reason I like to use my stitch marker, because it tells me where the first stitch of the row is for sure, so that I don't visually get lost, and then I know to make sure that I've done a post stitch on all 30 of those posts and not missed any. You get this nice little ridge, creates a flat bottom on your basket. Oops, did I just split my yarn? I don't want to do that. I'm getting back to the beginning. I want to make sure I've got 2 more posts to go. And I don't want to miss that last one. So I'm just going to take my stitch marker out so I can get that last post. There I go. So that is a post single crochet, back post single crochet around all 30 of the stitches from the previous row. Rows 7 through 14. I just want to work a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to mark that little start stop of row 6 with my stitch marker and leave it there, and I know every single time I pass it I've added another row of single crochet. So rows 7 through 14, straight single crochet. Let's go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I'm going to see if I can get this basket done before the end of the stream. How fast am I today? Baking Mama of 3 wonders if we've got much snow left. I'm afraid to say yes. We had another snowstorm yesterday, and it's, you know what, I have to say, we typically, we're not really done with snowstorms safely until like maybe the 20th of April. There's usually, mid-April, there's usually 1 mega wallop. It's not necessarily the kind of snow that sticks around for days. Like, it might actually start melting and be mostly gone by the next day or the day after. But it usually is the kind of snowstorm that can close roads, stop people literally on the highways. They wind up having to be rescued by the fire department, people on skidoos. April can bring some mighty nasty snowstorms, but they don't stick around. I always laugh because it's like this storm comes in, it's absolutely brutal, and then the next day is almost always like gorgeous and sunny and almost kind of warm, almost like the weather's going, what? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But it is technically spring, which means that the days are getting longer and the nights are getting shorter. And that means there's more sunlight out there to help green things up and warm things up. And I could not be happier about that. I love it. So I think I have just, this is me working on the third row around of just straight single crochet. Mr. InStitches just walked by the front window with Penny. I guess she's convinced him to go for a walk, so. So I've just passed my stitch marker. That's row 6, I know, because that's my ridge row. I can count up 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've done 3 rows so far of just straight single crochet. Got to keep going till I get to the end of row 14. Cindy Ann's off for the day. See you, Cindy Ann. Cindy Ann's actually headed to the fall, so I guess her days are getting shorter. So this little basket, if I get it done in time, I'm going to have to make a pink lid for it. I like the option of all of the baskets having the same colored lids so that they can all be the same color if I'm in that kind of mood, or I can change the colors up if I'm, not in that kind of mood. I just passed another row. Make sure I give myself some slack. Now I know I was sort of demonstrating on the pink basket, but this is what I mean when I say, like, this is one of those projects where you can kind of just get the basic pattern into your head. It's your short-term memory that remembers little patterns like this, especially on short, sort of small projects. And then you can just sort of turn your brain off, use that stitch marker. It's a great visual indicator. It helps kind of keep track of where you are. You can use it however you need to. Sometimes it's good to move it for the beginning stitch of every row. Sometimes like when you're counting, you're doing a set number of increases. But sometimes when you're just working in the round like this, it's helpful to just keep it in one location. And visually, every time you pass it that you've done another row. So there's a lot of ways you can engage your stitch marker. And, you can, once you get comfortable just working a single crochet in every single stitch, you can move it like the kind of pace you want to move at. You don't have to sort of, well, you can move a little quicker is what I'm getting at. Plus, if you're familiar with the pattern, oh yeah, now I've got 7 through 14, I got to just single crochet in every stitch. I don't have to keep stopping at the end of every row and reading the pattern. Crocus, once there was a big snowstorm on May 19th, up where I live, and I was visiting my friend several weeks later for his birthday party. This was back in my teen years, and it was June the 2nd, and he still had snow where he was. It was slowly melting. Now he's in the trees, but still, June 2nd, the snow was still melting. Nico! Thank you, Nico! Nico, our gifting ninja in the house, busy. Sneaking in from the left or the right, or possibly dropping in from above. I'm not sure. She's that good. With another gifted membership. Thank you so much, Nico. And congratulations to Baking Mama of 3. You've just won it. Welcome to the family. Silk and Vicuña members, I will be posting a Silk and Vicuña level member post a little later today. Actually, it's Monday. We've got lots of posts coming on the posts tab of our YouTube channel. We like to post a few things. There's always like a wrap up of the video. There's always a little sort of maybe members post, and then sometimes there's just something quirky. Like last week we had a banana chocolate chip cookie recipe that I'd mentioned, and I said I'd put it in the post tab, and I did. So if any of you made it, I'd love to know what you thought. I actually made it later on that day, which is what reminded me to put it in the posts. I better do a quick check here. This is row 6, the ridge, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm on row 14. once I get all the way back to my stitch marker, I will be finished the main build of this basket, and then I will just slip stitch around each stitch for row 15. That is to just finish off the top and give it a nice firm edge. And there we go. I'm back at the stitch marker. So now for row 15, final row, I'm going to slip stitch in each stitch all the way around. So I'm going to leave the stitch marker where it is, just for that final row visual indicator to let me know I'm done. And that will be the base of this basket. Don't want to split my yarn. It's easy to do that in a yarn that's kind of a loosely wound. It's a little easier to split it when you're using a smaller hook. I'm trying really hard not to do that. Finishing by pulling that last stitch to the inside before I fasten off. Just creates a nice little finish on the outside there. Stitch marker can come off. Tail can be woven in. Scrunchies, yes! Baking Mama of 3 just made some scrunchies. Those are great fun to crochet. Also good scrap busters. We've actually got a couple of scrunchie tutorials here, and I'm always thinking about making more. I like scrunchies. I especially like making hair scrunchies out of kind of the weird novelty yarns. It's a good way to use up the novelty yarns, and they make fun looking scrunchies. All right. I might give that just a little bit more. Anytime I don't actually have to trim any little ends, I like that. Just kind of keeps the fluff down. Okay, there we go. One little green basket, and of course I've already got the green lid. And I guess now I have to make the pink lid. I mean, really, look at these little pots. Ha ha! This is so cute. Lid, lid, lid. All right, I will make a pink one. Why not? I think the mister might still be outside with wee little Penny, so that means I can sneak in some more time here with you guys. Let's make another little lid. So, same thing. Cinch circle to begin. We begin with 6 single crochet into the circle, worked over top of the short tail, because it starts out the same way as the basket. 6 single crochet into the short, over the short tail, into the cinch circle, cinch it up nice and tight. No increasing for the first rows, 2 and 3. We're just going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Because it's so small, it might be just easier to count to 6 twice, or count to 12. So that's row 2. I'm going to just make sure that I'm turning this the way I want it. I'm still working over top of that little short tail. Row 3. There we go. So that's rows 1, 2, and 3. All of them have 6 stitches in it. And you know what, I'm just going to work one more single crochet to just even that up a little bit. Now I'm going to start to increase. So 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I will once again engage my stitch marker. I'm just going to put that on the first of those 2 stitches. 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. It's always good to slow down a little when you're working in a small space or working with a small thing. And it gets bigger and bigger from here. So back up to 12 stitches. Now we want to go up to 18. 2 single crochet in the next stitch. Engage stitch marker. Single crochet once in the next stitch and repeat that. 2, 1, 2, 1 all the way around. All right, that's 18 stitches. I'm actually going to get 2 whole baskets made today. This is great. We want to keep increasing. For row 6, we want to go 2 single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet once into each of the next 2 stitches. That will give us 24 stitches at the end of the row. Remember to not worry so much about the shape of things while you're in the middle of crocheting. You can always just pause and, you know, squeeze this, yank that, do a little bit of mild blocking with your hands if you want to sort of get a feel for the shape as you work. But most of the time, you know, things are going to get squished as you're crocheting or kind of crushed and squeezed out of shape. So don't worry too much about the shape of things while you're in the middle of crocheting. It's more at the end when doing some shaping is important. Oh, don't want to split my yarn. There we go. That's the end of row, I think we're on row 8. No, that's row 6. Row 6 is 24 stitches all the way around. So again, got that little kind of sombrero shape happening. 2 single crochet into the next stitch to begin row 7. We're still increasing. Single crochet once into each of the next 3 stitches. That will bring us up to 30 stitches at the end of this row. We got birthdays happening here. I'm seeing lots of birthday wishes being sung out in the chat. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday at the tail end of March. I know some March birthday babies. And then April. April's a big birthday month. May's a big birthday month. That is row 7 complete. I'm up to 30 stitches. I got one more row of increasing to do for row 8. We want to get up to 36 stitches. We want our basket lid a little bit wider than our basket. That's 2 single crochet to start. Single crochet once into each of the next 4 stitches. And that little repeater, 2 single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet once into each of the next 4 stitches. All the way back to the stitch marker will bring us up to 36 stitches, and that is as wide as we need our basket lid. And one more repeat of that pattern. I'm going to take my stitch marker out to make it a little easier. 2 single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet once into each of the next 4, or the last 4. That's 36 stitches at the end of row 8. We're going to single crochet into each of the next 6 stitches. Hello, Georgie. Georgie with a super membership milestone. Georgie's been a member for 42 months. Thank you so much. Says, can you do a tiger or a wolf? Are we talking appliques? I can make a note of that. I think actually I have wolf written down, but not tiger. I'll add a tiger to the list. Absolutely. I'll see what I can do. If you've got a split, thank you so much for spending some time with us. I'm just going to get this basket lid finished, and then I think that'll be it for the Monday live stream. So a couple more rows to do. I've single crocheted into the next 6 stitches just to even up the edge, but now I want to do some post stitches, just like I did at the bottom of the basket. I'm going to single crochet around the post of each stitch. It's the back post that I'm worried about. I'm going to put my stitch marker on that first one so that I know where that whole row starts, because it can be a little tricky to see. Single crochet around the post of each stitch. I'll still have 36 stitches at the end of this row. Then I'm going to single crochet in each stitch as normal for a couple of rows just to make the side of the lid. And then a row of slip stitch, and then that will be another complete little basket. These are so cute. They're so handy. They are great for the Make Ahead stash because they make really cute little gift baskets or gift bags. It's kind of a neat take on the gift bag. Of course, they're reusable. So if you give a gift to somebody in one of these, not only can they use it for something, but they can also just pass it along as a gift bag themselves. So I love this sort of stuff. I love this kind of, quick project, scrap project, useful project. And it's also that sweet sustainability vibe going, because if you use it for something like a little gift bag, it's a little something that people can keep passing on if they want to. Of course, they can keep it and use it, but it's got all these nice little possible uses. I love reusable gift bags. I feel like that's one of the greatest things that we've ever done in terms of like the whole wrapping scene, wrapping paper scene. But being able to contribute to that, making these sweet little baskets or little gift bags or whatever. Sustainability, man. It's nice. I will probably be using these, however, in the craft room. Because I've already realized just how many little tiny things need a home. I'm going to have to make a whole bunch more for Easter, because I was thinking these would be really cute sort of at the different place settings on the Easter table in different Easter colors. I've got one more post to do here. There we go. And now I'm just going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to put my stitch marker on that little spot where this row finishes and ends so that I can just sort of use it as a visual indicator. So now rows 10 and 11, I just want to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I still have 36 stitches. This is the side of the lid now, the part that stretches down over top of the basket. I will make sure that the link to the larger version, we have a large version, slightly different pattern, a larger version of this keepsake basket with lid. We did a tutorial on that last year, I think. I'll make sure that it is linked in the description box down below. So if you, and I'll include it in the post-show post. I'll include that in the post too. So if you really like this little miniature basket, then you might like the slightly larger one too. It's actually probably triple the size of this one. You can use super bulky weight yarn with it, or you can use 3 strands of regular yarn held together. And that's another fun basket pattern. It's also lidded. It works. It looks just like this, except it's bigger. And the patterns for both the miniature basket, miniature lidded basket, and the larger keepsake basket are both available in our Etsy shop. This little pattern is on sale today, as is our Easter basket pattern. We have an Easter basket pattern that a lot of people come looking for, obviously this time of year. So that's on sale as well in our Etsy shop. And gigantic thank you to everybody who's helped support us today by picking up a pattern. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so that is rows 10 and 11, just straight single crochet all the way around. Now I just want to single crochet in each stitch, I should say slip stitch, in each stitch all the way around. I'm just going to keep that there for my visual indicator. This is that nice firm little edge that gives our lid a little extra shape and stability. Helps hug the top of edge of the basket. And now I've got 3 complete little miniature keepsake baskets with lids. I love these little lidded baskets. And I can intermix the lids, which I just think would look so cute. I like all 3 of these colors together. They've got kind of an early spring garden feel. Like there's a gentle pink and a kind of that interesting early neon green that comes out. That chartreuse. And then there's that nice sort of earthy beige. All of these colors together make me think of a garden. I'm going to take that last stitch and pull it through to the inside. Peggy, thank you so much for picking up a pattern. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fastening off on the inside, I'm going to weave in that tail. Does anybody have any questions about this basket pattern, or any of our basket patterns for that matter? We've got a lot of basket patterns now. They're just so darn useful. I can't stop making them. Dawn says an Easter basket would be cute with a bunny or an egg applique. And that is exactly our Easter basket pattern. The Easter basket pattern actually comes with the egg applique. And in the tutorial, we show the basket with the egg applique on it. I love it. I think it's so cute. Adding an applique to a basket gives it so much life. Last year, we made the Easter Bunny basket live, and we actually put on bunny ears and a face. We turned the whole basket into an actual rabbit. So we did that last year live as well. That was really cute. You know what? I will post the links to that little playlist in this afternoon's post as well. So you can find all of those things in one place. And I'll include them in the description box down below. So if you're looking for more Easter basket goodness, there we go. And that little lid plunks on there. This one I've been using, so you can see that it's a lot flatter and even. It's because I've actually been using it. With use, the whole thing will smooth out. It becomes, it gets its nice basket shape. You can push that issue along by just doing a little bit of shaping, like I said earlier. You want to like flatten the bottom, sort of round out the top, and then stretch out your lid a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. And then the whole thing sort of fits together. Nice and neat and tidy. Obviously it'll, you know, it's easier to slap the lid on it when there's stuff in it. But there you go. Little paint pots. A very simple little miniature basket pattern. Great little scrap project. A billion uses, and it makes a really cute little gift box too. I love this. And of course you can intermix you can stripe it. You can use multiple colored yarn, like variegated yarn or small self-striping yarn. You can do a magic ball and just use up scraps, just tie in a color as soon as one finishes and just tie in the next yarn and just sort of use up your scraps that way, especially if these little baskets are just for your own use. It's one of those patterns. It's just got oodles of opportunity and potential in it. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. We will see you here a little later this week. Stay tuned to the post tab of the YouTube channel today. We're going to post some more information, some links, the wrap-up photos, something for the family members, something for the subscribers, a little something for everybody. That's a typical Monday around here. And of course, we've got something for you on Friday. Sabian says, I got sidetracked, but I have a lot of 4 scrap weight yarn, so this will be a neat project. Use that. Yes, absolutely. Tasha says, not about the basket, but would you like a picture of the finished socks when I'm done? Of course I would. I would love to see them. I have to see these crazy socks. Yes, Chris, you can never have too many baskets or too many coasters. Really, you can't. Coasters and baskets make great gifts. Coasters and baskets are useful. So you can never really have too many of them. And that's that. Oh, great. Everybody have a wonderful day. We will have some more posts for you in the post tab a little later on today, including a couple of photographs and some more information. I'm going to include the important lid tutorials for the other baskets, any of the playlists, the live tutorial we did last year on the bunny Easter basket. I'll have all that in the description box as well. So if you're back to this a little later on today, all of that will be there for you. And I hope you have a great week. Stay safe and crafty. We'll see you guys Friday, if not before. And I do mean stay safe. It's that time of year when the ice can be very sneaky. So please be very careful. If you live in a place where that ice can be an issue, just watch your footing. Watch your footing. Nobody wants to slip and fall this late in the season. If you made it this far without injury, you don't want to head into the late spring with a broken arm or something. So stay safe. Stay crafty. Stay positive. We'll see you guys on Friday and have a wonderful week. Bye, guys.